The first thought that would have come to us when we heard the words converging world would have been globalization, the greater integration of our economies and ideologies. That which has helped us connect not only virtually but expressively too with various communities across the world. However, let's get to the real picture. Yes, the real picture, which I would define in 2 simple words. One of the most thought-provoking, but my most favorite oxymoron. Alone together. Don't you think it's an undeniable fact of today? Now I'd like to give you this example. When WhatsApp, something we all use pretty often, released its first update, which provided a choice of whether or not the last seen status could be displayed, 98% of us sitting here would have felt the need to prevent others from looking at their status, didn't we? But why so? Were we trying to avoid someone? This simple example is enough to convey how our society today is diverging. About how we prefer an online Skype experience over a dinner with our family. About how we avoid interaction with an individual in person, but prefer his or her presence online. We live in a world where we rely upon Facebook to remind us of our birthdays and anniversaries, where considerably fewer likes on our tweet completely dismisses our mood, where updating our status is much more prioritized. I completely forgot to tag TEDx on my last post. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty ironic, isn't it? Unfortunately, this is the reality today. So further highlighting the fact, here is what a simple act like eating a donut means these days online. So what do we say on Twitter? I am eating a donut, hashtag Krispy Kreme, secretly hoping it goes trending all over Twitter. What do we say on Facebook? I like donuts. Like if you do too, and comment if you love them, please. On YouTube, here's a viral video of me eating a donut. On Instagram, here's a vintage photo of my donut. Hashtag donut, hashtag Krispy Kreme, hashtag like for like, hashtag follow for follow, and the list goes on and on. All in order to build the best impression of our donut and us online, isn't it? So since we are talking about being secluded in a society of an ever-growing network online, I'd like to share with you this little incident. There was this one time I was traveling in the metro and it was pretty crowded. There was only one empty seat besides which a lady was sitting. Now this lady was extremely agitated, irritated, upset with everything around her, and it was pretty frightening, but I didn't have much of a choice. So I sat next to her and both of us had nothing to do, yet I didn't dare to start a conversation. So I began contemplating. Could she have lost her purse? Or maybe she found out her dog died. Or maybe she just realized that she has extra hours at the office to work for. Whatever it was, it really troubled her. Now in a minute or two, she received a text, and the little glimpse I took at her reply completely baffled me. There were 4 simple words, but they shocked me. Her reply said, "I'm having an amazing day," with a winky face that too. Yes, the internet has really built a barrier amongst all of us. We do not recognize how to express our emotions, but do we know how to define them as emoticons on a keyboard as well? The huge communication gap is leading to deteriorating communication skills, all leading us back to being alone together. Now, Alone Together is a remarkable book written by Sherry Turkle, a professor at MIT. During her years of research of human interaction with machines, she states that she came across many individuals who said that they would like to make Siri their best friend. Yes, Siri, the iPhone companion, who is really nothing beyond a voice. And so, an ever-increasing network on the internet provides us a perception that we are connected with the society, while we sit with our mobile phones all alone in our rooms, drifting further and further away from society. Now, these were just a few cases to elucidate how globalization and new technology are actually driving us further apart. And so today, as we believe that it helps bring nations together, there is a high possibility that the belief that it helps in the integration of our ideas and values too is a mere deception. In the next few years, the same technologies that were working in the integration of our economies could soon work to promote diverging minds. And we, my friends, it is we who are letting technology take us places we do not want to go. So today, as we humans mess around with the environment, manipulate it, using these same technologies to satisfy our requirements, we fail to invest in a bright future. Now this really makes me think. I'd like you to tell me, how are we humans different from other animals? What makes us unique? Anyone? Yeah, right. We can think, we can feel, we can invent, we can innovate, and empower. But sometimes, don't you think overpower? Our confidence has led us to take advantage of our surroundings, and as an icing on the cake, our greed has worsened the situation. The pride we take in our wisdom is one of the most foolish mistakes man has ever made. Now I'd like you all to picture this. Imagine yourself as a scientist that has invented a machine that exploits the environment, pollutes the environment, satisfies your requirements. And you stand before it, proudly smiling at how it shall soon revolutionize the world. And there you are, in the middle of your laboratory, which I guess is in Dubai, a small city in the UAE. Now the land area of the earth is 2,000 times the land area of UAE, let alone Dubai. Yet the earth is just a tiny planet in the entire solar system, beyond which there are thousands of galaxies, millions of stars, exponentially greater than the earth. And amidst all this perfection, where exactly do you and this machine of yours stand? In Dubai? Man has forgotten how little his position is in this ever-expanding universe. We can be easily outnumbered by the responses of nature to our cruel actions and to these ever-growing economies. We miss the point that the world is finite. We simply do not have infinite resources or the unlimited ability to handle excess pollution. So we must widen our perspective and be more rational in our thinking. Now coming back to Shari Turkle's book, Alone Together is a story of hope. For even in those places where digital saturation is the greatest, there are people, especially the young, who are asking the hard questions about costs, about balances, about returning to what is sustaining, and about direct human connection. And we, my friends, we must be those young, vibrant minds. So to sum it all up in 3 simple points, what is most important today is that first, we consider the environment. Second, we help preserve our values and ideas. And third, most importantly, we do not take pride. So the next time you decide to revolutionize the world, hold on, take a step back and look at the big picture. Ponder upon whether your actions will lead to a superficially converging universe or to a world with converging ideals.